Hello, good morning, warm welcome to your decoding of the ET Wealth newspaper. I'm Priyanka Bhatia from Women on Wealth, and today yet again we're going to talk about investments and how by knowing more, having more information, knowing more variables, you can make better investment decisions. So that's the theme for today's conversation, today's interaction with our community. And before we get into that, let's wait a little for our people to join in, and they have begun to join in. Puneet, good morning, warm welcome. Who else is around? Start acknowledging your presence. Say that you are around for making 1% improvement in your money life today. And I intend to give my best. Remember that. I will give my best, and if I have your full participation, then I'm sure you will derive 1% improvement in your money life today. Yes, let those hearts and thumbs up keep coming. Hi Nidhi, Kavleen, Bharati, welcome. Awesome guys, so let's begin. Today we are going to decode the article on page number 9, which is by Dhirendra Kumar, and Dhirendra Kumar is the CEO of Value Research. And he is in this article talking about the hidden variables, and the more we are aware of the hidden variables, they can make things clearer for us. Your attitude towards many goods and services would change if you had more information about the cost structure. That's the conversation we're going to have today, decoding it. Hi Shriya, Hira, Bhagya, Nishtha, Deeksha, welcome guys, warm welcome. I'm glad you guys are around. Okay, Meher, good morning. Okay, so I am reading, and I'm actually not reading from the very beginning today. I have already underlined, marked a few lines that I want to talk about today. So I'm not going to read the entire article. I'm sure you guys can read that. And even if you don't, it is fine. This decoding will give you 100% idea of what it is. So that's my commitment. Hi Kanika, Meenal, Rajeshwari, Maya. Okay. So couple of lines I'm beginning from. A lot of us love insurance cum investment schemes. Most women, money gymmers of ours who join us, they join our money gym program. Most of them, when I see their portfolios, they definitely have one or more LIC policies, which are insurance cum investment policies. When I ask them why they bought it, they would say, hey, I bought it because I thought LIC is safe, because it is LIC. And then some of them say, oh, because my father has been investing in LIC, or because, I had to save tax and this seemed to be the best opportunity. So we always have reasons which I don't think are concrete enough to buy a policy or a scheme like that. So in today's article, in one of the paragraphs in the middle of the article, Dhirendra is talking about applying this principle of knowing variables to some financial services. He's saying you can buy an insurance policy, a ULIP, or a traditional policy. Okay, traditional policy is a policy, or ULIP is a policy where you're getting some insurance and some investment. So combination of both. Insurance is for risk management and investment is for wealth creation, for multiplying your money. So he's talking about people buying such policies. You pay a certain amount and you get some combination of life cover and future investment value out of it. So there is a premium that you're paying almost every year to receive a certain sum of money after a period of time. That is what these policies are. It is pretty hard to understand what part of the service was worth it and what was not. Now imagine if each part of the money that you pay was billed separately and was paid separately according to what it was used for. So often when you're paying the premium, you don't know how much the agent is receiving as a commission, how much is being used to run the office or pay the salaries, and then how much actually is being invested to generate the sum that is being promised to you. And how much, I would like to take this one step further. How much profit are they making on your money, and what percentage are you making of it? So I'm reading further. He's saying, now imagine if each part of the money that you pay was billed separately and was paid separately according to what it was used for. The money that you pay for such a policy goes into 4 buckets broadly. Some is used to fund a life cover for you. So some is there to fund the insurance part of the policy. Some is an investment which you will eventually get back at a hopefully enhanced value. The more LICs I've studied, the more such policies or schemes I've studied, I have not seen people really making money. It's any time when you're combining the two, which is insurance cum investment, and you're buying such products, I have not really seen people make money. So that's why even Dhirendra has written hopefully in brackets before the enhanced value. Some is paid to an agent as a commission. And by the way, let me tell you, all these policies or schemes have very, very high commission attached to them. We may not know that, but as you get deeper into this work, you will notice what that high commission is. Sometimes it is more than 50, 60, 70% of the first premium that you pay. So it's pretty high. And some is kept by the insurance company for its own expenses and profits. Now imagine if all this was divided. So what Dhirendra Kumar is saying, imagine if all this could be divided and given to you, that this is what you're paying for. Would you really buy? Would you really buy a scheme like that? Would you really indulge in a scheme where, you know, so much money is going for commission, so much money is being left for paying the salaries or the expenses of the office, the policies office, the schemes office. X amount is kept as insurance, Y amount is kept as investment. So wouldn't you want to, in a way, bifurcate insurance and investment? Buy a pure insurance and investments. There are many tools that can actually help you generate wealth. So can the focus be really on generating wealth than just anything? Hi Mukta, Sonika, Swati, Pooja, good morning. Okay, moving on. I'm now taking the example that he is giving of mutual funds. Hi Pooja, Diksha. Okay, Diksha is saying, no, now we know, we are financially knowledgeable, we don't need to be doing this. Brilliant. Moving on, talking about mutual funds now. He's saying mutual funds charge a certain expense to manage your money. This is a percentage of the total value of your investments and roughly ranges from almost nothing to about 2.5%. That's the expense ratio. For actively managed equity funds, it is towards the higher end of the range, obviously. Unless you dig into the communications that the fund sends you, or you have a research mindset, and he's inviting all of us to use value research. Well, in the deeper study of mutual funds, we already do that. He's saying you are unlikely to have any idea of how much you are paying for having the mutual fund company manage your money and whether it is worth it. Well, you know, if you notice, most of us do not see that. We don't see what the expense ratio is. We don't see how much the mutual fund house is really charging us for managing our money for us. And that's why in the financial planning aspect of the Money Gym program, I talk about so many different instruments and how we should use them, right? And in what asset allocation to reach our goals. And the more we can minimize the dependence on the fund managers or or a broker or an advisor, the more money there is for us to be made, because we think that only money compounds when it comes to returns, but actually expenses compound too. So he's saying you're unlikely, I'm repeating this line, you're unlikely to have any idea of how much you are paying for having the mutual fund company manage your money and whether it is worth it. That's because the expenses are deducted in tiny amounts every single day from your NAV. That's how the expense ratio is deducted, and hence it becomes invisible, like he's saying. Now, if the rules are different, he's asking us, if the rules are different, suppose your NAV just reflected the actual investment value and you were billed on a monthly, quarterly basis, and you were told that this is the amount which is being charged, would you really invest in an instrument like that? And that's a question you and I need to answer today, that okay, am I willing to be financially knowledgeable? Am I willing to know each aspect? Am I focused more? And I'm talking with my money gymmers and stock queens, women who have really done our courses. And my question is, would you want to do more direct investments or really have brokers, advisors, managers managing your money? Yes, they're going to make money, and what is wrong in making money, right? If you're willing to hand over your money to them, they will manage it for you and charge you a fee. That fee can be high or low. Now, what are the actions you can take to be more direct investors? That's the key. Like, in mutual funds, I often say, can we go directly without a broker? Can we learn to identify good quality mutual funds and invest in them? If you want to get rid further of the fund manager, can we ace the game of stock investing and jump directly to stocks? Can we bring about a balance by picking the right gold investment? Can we hedge? Because if you're investing so much in equity, and like for my personal portfolio, I can already see that 65% of my total worth is in stocks, direct investments, direct equities. So would you like to, after proper learning, move in there? Because the article that we've talked about, nobody is going to give you such deep dive in information unless it becomes mandatory. Nobody is going to give us this much information, and then unless we have this much information, we may not, or our eyes may not open. So now the choice is yours, right? What you want to do with the very precious time that you're spending at work to make this money. Okay, I'm loving this. Rupal is saying direct. Aparna, definitely direct. Okay. Pooja, we have two Poojas, okay? Pooja Sharma and Pooja Abhishek, both of them saying direct. Rupal is saying expense ratio in mutual funds is sometimes 1.8%, which is a huge expense. Sonika is saying after completing the Money Gym program, she's surrendered her LIC policy and she's gotten only 3.75% return. Everybody, I want you to listen to this. Sonika, could you share with us for how many years you've been investing? And even if you complete the term, okay, I'm not taking any company's name or anything. My intention is to not malign anybody. But I'm just sharing that, what we kind of fall for. And is it worth your hard-earned money? And more than hard-earned money, you got to start seeing, like, taught in the Money Gym program. Can you start seeing the time that you are putting to make that money? And is that expenditure or is that investment really worth the time that you're investing? You got to ask yourself that, because without that, there's no integrity that you're building with money. 10 years, Sonika is saying she's been Thank you for sending in all those hearts which are coming in. I love you. Sonika is saying 10 years. And she's been investing and she couldn't surrender it earlier. And she hasn't even gotten her principal amount back. Yes. Downside. Yeah. Downside of these policies. And I'm not somebody who is ever interested in such policies or schemes or anything. Yeah, not really. I think there are many good investments that we could get into and really use them to our advantage. So everybody, please start typing in. What are you learning? What are you taking away? What does this decoding mean to you? Start typing. And Diwali is round the corner, guys. Do make sure you have a budget. I don't know, for me, just investment as a conversation never goes. I mean, I am always clubbing, earning, spending, saving, investing. Everything in my mind just runs simultaneously. I think some of us, make this mistake of just looking at investing money and not building the entire financial system. And it occurs to me that somehow just doesn't work. It doesn't take us very far. And the journey that we've begun is more like sustained wealth building. Start typing. Guys, what are you taking away today? What are you learning? Diksha is saying she's learning that be knowledgeable and invest directly. Got that, Diksha? Isn't that what we are all about? And we keep reinforcing it to each other. And Diksha, what are you doing to be knowledgeable? What are the actions you're taking? Nidhi is saying she completely goes with Sonika because she was calculating 3 days back about the actual return on investments that she will finally get after her policy matures. Nidhi is saying, I thought I made some calculation mistake as it came around 3.5%. It has further decreased from the time Priyanka mentioned it to be 5%. Got that? Got that, guys? Yeah, Nidhi. Thank you. Thank you for actually being a knowledgeable investor. I think if each woman just takes on learning and moves past the initial hiccups or the belief system, we as humanity, we as women, we as a country will be at another level. Again, Nishtha is saying LIC policies are not worth it. We money gymmers do know the value we may get by investing directly rather than investing in LICs. Awesome. Love that, Nishtha. Pooja, now after I have developed a research mindset with your help, my investments will be mindful. Absolutely, Pooja. Absolutely. Pooja Abhishek is saying, SBI tried to sell a policy to me recently which gave such less returns. Thanks to the Money Gym course, I immediately denied it. Wow, Pooja, great job. I think, for me, one of the biggest kicks is when you can talk knowledgeably with people in your life, your husband, your father, your mother, your children, brokers, because unless you can really indulge in a dialogue, it's only one-way communication and it just doesn't serve. In the past, it has not served and I don't see very much potential in it really serving. Diksha, you're learning and practicing more and more Money Gym and stocks? Brilliant, go for it. Build that entire financial system in your lives. So thank you so much, guys. We're doing a free introduction to our stock investing course this Saturday 3 p.m. So if you've not done the stock investing course, I highly invite you to come check out this 90 minutes free introduction. And if you've done the stocks course, if you've done the Money Gym, I invite you to send in people from your life. Let's grow. Let's really grow together. Bring about financial education for every woman around us. Because if we don't push them, trust you me, women are not going to get how to take charge of their finances. So let's do this small service by inviting women to this free introduction. If you want the invite, you can get in touch with us, and I am happy to share the invite. So go ahead, get in touch, and you all have my phone number. When does the next stock investing course begin? December, Rupal. We're beginning in December. Mukta is saying, I'm so glad I've become a part of this community. What an absolute privilege, Mukta, to have you. All of us Lakshmis together. It's fun, right? This Diwali. Nishta is saying, I had an SBI LIC policy in 2019, but I stopped investing later. But due to the 5-year lock-in period, I haven't received my principal or any amount back from them yet. It's coming. Nishta, financial abundance is coming. Each one of you needs to know that the more you move towards financial abundance, financial prosperity, it's coming. Something from the metaphysical world that I learned, and I would like to share it before I close. You know, when you sow a seed, you don't dig it. You know, you don't become impatient that, oh my God, the plant is not coming. The seed germinates itself and the plant does come. It takes time. Nothing can substitute time. So, time is really of a sense. Can we really spend time learning? So, which is sowing the seeds, investing, and then let it germinate. Allow it. If you've done good quality investments, you are a knowledgeable investor. Nothing can come in the way of you becoming financially prosperous, okay, financially abundant. Nothing can come in the way. So just allow yourself the time and get started. Your time is right now, so take charge and learn, and don't focus just on earning money. Focus on managing it and investing it well as well. Yes, patience and perseverance. Absolutely, Rupal. Thank you, Nishta. Thank you everyone for joining in and supporting your own selves in making 1% improvement a day. Let's meet again. I see you now on Thursday for the Investment Mastery series. Till then, keep making a difference to your money life and make sure to pay it forward and make a difference to other women too. I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to a lot of friends and your family members joining in the free introduction. Thank you. Take charge. Stay safe. Loads of love and financial abundance your way. Okay. Love you too, Maya. Bye-bye.